Today is the day that we move into our 34-year-old renovated Class C full-time for the next several months. The Brinkley is in storage, the truck is in storage, and we've spent the last few weeks living with my grandparents while we finish the renovation. But all that is done, and today we officially hit the road.
So this trip's already starting a little rocky. We got a couple challenges we got to face, and we're going to tell you what they are in a bit. So stick with us. Just hold on a second. We're getting to them. Our first challenge we got to get through is hooking the Samurai up to all our new hookup stuff for the first time. We're not going to really show in depth on how to do it because I got to figure it out. I don't know. I've never done it with all this stuff. I think I got a good idea, but our next time we will show you guys our process of hooking it up. We're figuring it out this time. Blinker?
Blinker works. Here we go. I know we went to Tampa with this thing already, but this is the first time we have driven this thing since completely building out that back room and moving in with all of our stuff. And so we're trying.
And the towing stuff.
And the towing stuff. So there's a lot of firsts happening here. I'm trying to make sure nothing's about to like go flying. It seems good.
I've realized that my mirrors definitely need to be tightened up. So you can't see nothing out of them. Also, we're stopping at the gas station up here to fill up and everything, but
oh God,
I have forgot how bad this thing swerves. Like it's all over the road, which we do have some plans for that to hopefully help with all that.
Do you see it? I don't know if everybody can see it, but I can feel it. It's like
pretty
whoa.
Bad. I mean, it's worse right now just because it has been a month since I drove this thing. So I will get a little bit used to it after a while, but I forget. Holy smokes, that guy about ran into us. Did you see that? Holy smokes.
Did he really?
Yes.
I was watching your hand. I'm gonna have to rewatch that
I wasn't really
footage.
looking at him until he was right there at us and he was in our lane.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, go. That would stink somebody ran into us right now.
Know.
We ain't even 5 miles down the road.
That steering's still a little loose too.
Yeah,
huh?
you see me doing all that. Well, I think once we get here under the gas pump, we gotta divide and conquer. You get the tool the socket set so I can tighten these mirrors up while it's filling up. And then I'll do that and we can put them up and we'll be good. As tiny as this thing is, I still feel like I can just go anywhere. It's so nice. Like I don't really worry nearly as much.
More or less?
A little more, yeah. Ah, that's good.
The sun has set. A few things that we have learned so far is that we need to install the magnet latches on our cabinets, which we already knew, which we hadn't done before we left, which was silly because that's why we need the magnet latches on them. It's for driving. Also, I forgot to attach the bathroom cabinet shelf to the wall, which I also intended to do before we left.
The one that sits on the counter?
The one that sits on the counter, and it fell off onto the toilet. That's what that big noise was. But nothing broke, so we just have to attach it. It's fine. The drawers in the dresser keep coming out, so we got to put magnet latches on those too. The dresser, the pre-built dresser or whatever.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's going pretty good, I think.
Yeah, I think so. I did want to get there before dark, but that didn't happen.
And it happened.
The lights on this thing are terrible.
I still think we might order or pick up or find some new headlights at some point. We didn't tell you where we're going. Right now, we are just headed to old Port St. Joe, Craig's old stomping grounds.
Home sweet home.
We're gonna visit with his parents and then we're setting out on our big old journey. We also have a few last things, like we said, a few more projects to wrap up before we can really get started. So we're gonna be doing those there.
We just made it to our spot and I'm pretty excited about this spot. So we stayed here, St. Joe Beach, Port St. Joe Beach, but we stayed at a different lot and we're in the same area, but this is not the same lot, I guess, if that makes sense or whatever. But we're like fenced in. There's this giant shed house thing. I don't know what that is, but we have a fireplace. It's like a huge lot. This is gonna be pretty cool.
And we're gonna show it to you in the morning because you can't really see nothing right now because it's dark. But it's gonna be a good stay. And with our 34-year-old RV, look at us staying in nice places.
Well, the beach is literally like
1 block away.
1 block away, 500 feet. This is crazy.
check out this huge lot. It's honestly so spacious. The Samurai looks even tinier than normal, parked in a big field next to the Classy. Anyways, it's a beautiful day, and thank goodness, because our next challenge that we're facing is the fact that we moved into this thing with no AC. But we have our AC unit. The reason why, it wasn't just to create drama, it's because we got a part shipped to Craig's parents' house, which they live over here, so we had to come over here so we could get the part and install it. So that's what we're working on today. However, we're gonna be doing a full video on it, going in depth, showing you guys what we got, why we got it. It's very cool. It should be good with our batteries. So hit that subscribe button so you can see that video. Unless something goes terribly wrong and we just have to share it with you right now, we'll be skipping ahead to our next project that we have here in this nice space. Good morning, new day, new challenge. And the challenge is we need propane. We've never put propane in this thing. We left with no propane, and it's 34 years old, and we don't know if anybody's actually gonna put propane in it.
The place we're gonna go get propane, if we can't get propane in it, they, I think, recertify them or whatever. They do all the stuff you gotta do to recertify a tank. So hopefully if they're like, no, we can't do it in that one, they'll just recertify it or do whatever they got, check it out and make it good again for the next 10 years.
That's if it can be recertified. I don't even know, I don't understand what makes it not certifiable. In general, I do kind of wish we had not onboard propane tank.
Yeah.
Well, and by tanks, I mean just one tank. We have one onboard tank, which means we have to drive to the propane fill station to get it filled, as opposed to being able to take the propane tanks out and just take them to get filled. But I will say that this propane tank lasted a really long time throughout the whole renovation, and we only started with, what was it, like 2/3?
Yeah, we didn't. It wasn't full. I never remember to take my dang e-brake off. I don't know why.
Oh.
What?
I didn't move the dog's water bowl, so we are testing the non-spill water bowl as we speak.
I hope it's good.
I hope so too. It's got this plastic piece at top. I don't know. I'll just show it to you. Let's, I guess, go look at it maybe and see if we're spilling water all over my little desk cabinet real quick here. Real quick. Oh, it's almost empty, but it honestly looks like it would probably do pretty good. You got some water while we're driving? Is that the best thing ever or what, Maverick? Is that the best thing ever or what? The racks in the stove are rattling a lot. I've got to find a solution for that. Take them out on travel days, or I don't know, but it's annoying. Okay, if you can hear them, I'm sorry. Okay, there's a spot. We don't need as big of a spot as we normally do.
Mm-mm.
Look at us, right here, wow. That's nice.
Mm-hmm.
It's like just having to basically park in the truck. He's getting the propane hose ready. Let's see if any questions are asked. I hear propane flowing. I think it's happening. We're filling up. 9.5 gallons.
Well, it is below
It's
that,
leaking
and then stop.
or something.
Okay.
I wasn't waiting on
No. I wonder if this cap will help. You think I should put the cap on then? Or leave it off?
Yeah, I can look, because if you hear it stop, then it's holding that pressure in, but if not, it might run that cap off.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Well, whatever was leaking has stopped, and now Craig's going in to pay. So I guess that was a success. Oh, LPG is full again.
Okay. Okay, we got it. Got it. We do got a little leak.
I heard that.
I don't know what to do about it. So there's a cap that goes over it though, and so I know in them things it's just a ball valve, and so the pressure seals that ball against the valve, and it keeps the leak out. But I guess the ball in it's not completely sealing, so it's got a little leak. But there's also a cap that goes over it, and so I just tightened that thing down. It sounded like it quit leaking.
challenge complete, I guess.
Yeah, that wasn't too bad though. I don't know. They didn't even look at the tank though.
Oh no, we just need to find places like that, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, I hope though that it is actually sealed. We got a propane tester. Yeah, so I can, when we get there, it should be very aired out by the time I get there. And I can take that and
make sure it's not leaking still. Hey, we're back.
Oh, we made it. We survived.
Wasn't too bad. It was only like 10 minutes up the road.
Alright, so the way this thing works is it just basically smells the propane. I guess. I don't know how it really works, guys. But what you do is, you know, you find fresh air, you can turn it on out here. As we get close to a space that has like a lot of propane in it, it'll let you know. They have better versions of this, same kind of tool, but they get pretty pricey. So we just got the little wand. When I was a home inspector, carried better tools for this situation. But this will do the same thing. So let's figure it out. Going in. Well, it's pretty good. And just to show what it would look like, I guess, if it was leaking.
Oh gosh, you can see it there.
See all the lights?
Oh, yep.
So it looks like this piece just twists off. So when we run out, I think we leave it till we run out. Because if we take it off, like all our propane's gone at that point. So what we do is leave it till we run out. That part's replaceable. We'll just have to go to a place and get it replaced. But this should last us through
a long time.
Like most of our trip. The last big challenge here is to get another component installed on this Class C. When we drove it down to Tampa, I complained about how much it was swerving, and a handful of you people commented and told us about Roadmaster makes some sway bars and steering stabilizer, all that good stuff that we can install, and that it helped you guys out a lot. Well, e-trailer has sent us some, and we're going to get them installed. I'm pretty excited to see if there's a difference too. I hope so. I hope so. When trucks go by me, holy smokes, it blows me all over the road. Let's get it opened up.
Thank you, e-trailer, for sending us cool stuff, and it's all wet.
Yeah, on mine, it flooded the other night.
It got a little wet, but we assume since they are meant to be installed under the vehicle, they can get wet, right? So thank you, e-trailer, for sponsoring this video and for sending us all this cool stuff for our Class C, so that hopefully we can keep ourselves on the road here, because we're middle of all over the place.
Get out of here. What is that going to be, you think?
I don't know.
That's a heavy duty sway bar though, I know that. Holy smokes, it's heavy. It's going to be fun installing it, I'm sure.
It doesn't look like it has so many parts though. This maybe will be simple-ish. I probably shouldn't be saying that.
Came with some of these guys that I can't remember the name of right now. But we got that, and here's some more hardware. Activate your limited lifetime warranty now. Scan this QR code. Well, let's see here. Front anti-sway bar kit for 1975 to 91 Ford E350 Van RB. All right, let's keep opening boxes, because I want to install the easiest one first. They did use these giant staples.
This is supposed to be a fish cleaning table. Not for us.
It's a package opening table.
Package opening table.
It's like the perfect height too. All right, guys, let's see what we got. Oh man, this one's even beefier. Trying to crush my fingers. Activate your limited lifetime warranty now. Scan this QR code. This one's got a little bit more going on with it here. Ooh.
Some of those things. It's like you're starting
Day
with the front.
is looking longer and longer. Holy.
Steering stabilizer.
All right, let's see what we got. Steering stabilizer. Oh, ooh, fancy looking.
Okay, that must be the mounting hardware for the steering stabilizer.
Done. All right, get to it. Why we got a to-go cup in there? A to-go cup of grease.
Oh, well that's nice. We don't even have to go get any grease.
Huh. Makes me feel like I'm gonna need to actually read the instructions.
Look how prepared you are.
I hope so these bolts and nuts are looking pretty rough. I'm hoping I'm gonna be able to break them loose.
I brought a big breaker bar.
Yeah, I might need it. I don't know yet. It looks like it's going to be about a 9/16, I think.
So is everybody just always guessing? You just guess what size socket and try it out?
I think the older you are, the better at it you are. It's going to be a 9/16, but a longin.
Oh, you got it on the first try?
Yep.
So you're really old?
Yeah, I am. I had a birthday once. Nice, that wasn't too bad. We got one nut off. Look how rusty they are. Holy moly. Not so great. I was pretty sure it was gonna strip out or something, but
it didn't.
Worked out. So, all impact for the win. Anyways, back to the next one. Let's do this other side.
Oh, look at him go. He didn't need the hammer.
All right, that one's off. That wasn't too bad.
Let's put a new one on.
So that's the old one. This is the new one. Here's what I need my hammer for.
Oh, it does. It's a bit of a different shape.
Yeah, a little bit.
Like, it looks a little bit.
Oh, and it's much heavier.
Much heavier.
Ugh.
Hopefully it still fits.
I think it will. Old bushing, new bushing.
Wow.
Man, that thing has seen better days. We're going to do some lubricating with the grease they gave us.
Are you wearing any good clothes?
Yeah, my hoodie. Look at that, there's a split in it. Didn't know that. That's gonna make it easier, I think. That's gonna go like that right there. And then attach up here.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So I need to put them right there. It needs to go right there like that. And that's gonna go right there like that.
Nice.
And then we do the other one.
Having that split does make it easier.
Yeah, I don't have to try and work it around all them bends.
Nice.
Good thinking. Same thing over here.
You can tell it's new.
Yep. Bar. Support the anti-sway bar on jack stands and install the D washers and bolts to hold the saddle bracket.
You're pulling it too far down. So let it go. Okay. Okay. Trying to screw it in a little bit.
Very good.
Ow. Okay.
So we got the front one on. It wasn't so easy because the holes on the mounting brackets wouldn't line up. I think it's probably more our fault because we have one tire up on leveling blocks or whatever, so I think it's compressing everything in a weird way. We probably should have backed the RV down. So if you're going to do this, make sure you just have it sitting on its own weight, how it sits. I wouldn't jack up one side or anything like that. And then use a jack to just kind of help manipulate the stuff. Ours were just way out of balance because we have it lifted up like 4 inches on one tire. So, but we got it on. I'm excited to see how it's gonna do.
And now we're moving on to the steering stabilizer because it's at the front. And we already got all our tools at the front. So the RV did not come with any factory steering stabilizer. So if we can figure out where to install this thing, I think it's gonna probably make a pretty big difference because there was literally nothing before. Do you see where to install them? No.
Nope. Trying to look at the picture, but
it installed there. Well, it appears us not having a steering stabilizer might be a problem because it doesn't seem like we have the hole required in our frame to mount the steering stabilizer to the bracket that came with the thing. So putting that one on hold, gonna continue on to the rear sway bar and hopefully be able to get this one installed. Are you ready? Got some stuff going on back here.
we're good, son. You know, good stuff.
Oh, good. I came just in time. This stuff? Okay. I think we should get a round of applause of appreciation in the comments for Craig. Always being the one to climb underneath the RV and do all this stuff. Because it is not great. Wind is crazy today. We have to go to the store. Craig's washing his hands because we're gonna get a drill bit that will fit, or that's the right size, so that we can drill through the frame and attach the rear sway bar to the frame, because they didn't come with holes, and the instructions said you have to drill them, so that's what we gotta do.
So I'm about to drill the hole for this side to attach these arms to. Basically the way this sway bar works is it just attaches to the frame, goes around the axle, and connects the frames kind of together to help prevent some of the sway.
Is that it?
I think so, then the steering stabilizer.
We might be able to drill out the hole from the other side, but
That'll be tomorrow,
yeah.
it's cold.
Nice. And stay tuned to see how it actually performs, because we gotta take it on a ride to figure that out. We're back working on the steering stabilizer and we're making progress. So it turns out that a lot of these older Class Cs had steering stabilizers installed, and this is made to fit on to the ones that already had one. Ours did not, and this is just the nature of having an old RV. It's not always going to be what you expect. However, we got creative, made some of our own holes, put in some of our own bolts, and now we're about to have us a steering stabilizer, and I'm pretty excited to test this thing out. If we didn't have to make our own holes, that would have been a really simple install.
We would be done. All right, so we got our steering stabilizer in. Basically what a steering stabilizer does is kind of keep pressure on your steering for when you're going over bumps in different terrain, or hit potholes and stuff like that, or even like strong winds, maybe like an 18-wheeler going by you. That's why I wanted this one so bad. Like, I wanted it more than the rest of the stuff, even though the rest of the stuff also is going to help. I'm pretty excited to see how much of a difference all of it together is going to make. But steering stabilizer is going to help from like when you're going straight and the vehicle kind of wandering. Well, all you fancy people with your new rigs out there, you might not know what I'm talking about. But old vehicles, they like to wander around a little bit on the road, and this should help a little bit. So I'm excited to try it out.
Which we get to do bright and early tomorrow morning.
And don't mind me being barefoot, okay? I know,
barefoot.
Guys. Listen, if you ain't barefoot and you're working on your vehicles, I automatically just assume you don't know what you're doing.
You've said this multiple times. I think it's the truth at this point.
I don't know. Well, or I don't know what I'm doing. So maybe it's, if you're barefoot and working on it, you don't know what you're doing. I don't know.
That probably makes more sense.
Yeah, okay. Did you tell them about how it went on though? I think we should talk about it. So we had to drill holes and install the bracket. If yours comes with it, you already have holes and to be able to mount one, where this just uses U-bolts to go around part that's already there, so that's pretty simple. However, the part that attaches to the frame of the vehicle, we had to drill holes in, and it's a square tube for your chassis, so you have to drill. We had to drill through both to be able to get a bolt on. There's a couple risks with that. I don't necessarily recommend doing it this way, but I have a plan that's going to make it better. The reason you don't want to do it this way is you run the risk of crushing your frame if you over tighten it, which it's going to take a lot of strength to do that.
Yeah, did you see how hard it was to drill through it?
Yeah, I mean, it's not a big fear. You don't just want to get a huge breaker bar or something on there and crank down on it and try. But the biggest issue with drilling through the square tube is both sides going in, and then your hole on the other wall coming out have to line up perfect for your bolts to go straight through them and into the bracket. It's very difficult. I didn't get it. I drilled 2 holes and I got 1 hole that lined up. So we got 1 bolt in it. We do have it. I'm not so worried about it. I also think when we get to another spot, because we're leaving tomorrow and I don't have time to do it now, we can get like a mobile welder and just come out here and tack weld a couple spots on that brace to our frame, and then we won't have to worry, and it'll probably be better than the bolts would have done anyway. So that's where we're at with it. If you're planning on getting one, just double check you already have one and it needs to be replaced, or you're very confident in being able to drill some holes. If you're not, you can always take it to somebody and they can do it.
We might could have also removed the bumper and then maybe been able to fit our hand through the hollow tube to hold it on the other side and just go through one side, maybe. But we didn't want to do all that.
I was just like, I'll drill through it. So if you can take your bumper off and you're close enough to the front of it, usually your square tube chassis is hollow, and you might be able to fit your hand in there like Victoria was saying and hold the nut and thread it on. And realistically, that would have been the better way to do it. Again, I just didn't want to take my bumper off and do all that. I'm pretty confident in being able to find somebody to weld it, especially on our trip. So
yeah. So tomorrow's the test. Yeah.
Anyways, you might have saw an oil leak under here at some point while we've just been crawling. Well, I say we, I mean me, crawling all over the place under there. Did y'all notice my haircut? Anyways, my oil pan drain plug is leaking. So we went to AutoZone. We got this guy. So basically, I already checked, my drain plug is stripped. So we got this guy, which is kind of a, what's that word, conical? Conical? I don't know, it's like cylinder shape, but then it spreads out at the top. So this thing cuts new threads in your drain pan, and then it makes it like a size bigger. Hopefully this will seal it. I don't know if it will. I don't feel like buying a whole tap and die set to retap it and make new threads. I have one in storage, so I don't really want to buy another one. So hopefully this will get us through. If it still leaks a little bit, we're just gonna have to add some oil to it on the way. I don't know.
This is our bonus challenge this week. This is the challenge we didn't even know we were facing while we're here, which we're about to have a lot of those throughout the next few months of our lives. So if you like watching us face challenges, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, because there's gonna be plenty of them. But we figured it would be better to get this one taken care of now instead of once we start driving a lot. Ooh.
Feeling pretty good. It's also a magnet, so if you got any metal shavings in it, it should collect them instead of just letting them float around in your engine. Alright, so supposedly you don't have to take that out ever again with it. You get this big magnet. Oh my gosh.
Oh.
And it just pulls the thing out.
It did too.
Yeah. And then put it back in. And that seals it, supposedly. We're gonna find out. After just putting it in, I gotta say I ain't too confident though. Where's the keys? I think we're good.
Nice.
It'll get us to our next place, and then if it is a little bit of oil on it, I can tighten it there. We got that extra quart of oil just in case.
Yeah.
I feel pretty good about it.
Nice. It's a rainy day, but the family is on the road, and we've got a long travel day ahead of us, and we're getting to test out our sway bars, the steering stabilizer, which Craig has a small update for you on the steering stabilizer.
So I put the one bolt in, as you guys know, and I was like, oh, it's probably fine or whatever. I was laying in bed thinking about it last night, or this morning, I can't remember. But the bolt we put in, it's at the top, steering stabilizer attaches to it at the bottom, which when you turn, it's gonna create a lot of force because you're basically compressing the coil, and then when you're going the other way, it's stretching it. So I had Victoria turn the steering wheel while I was watching it, and it was pivoting that bracket on the metal. So the fear is that the bolt or something would heat up and break, or it rip it through the frame or whatever. So before we left Port St. Joe, I had a friend of mine weld the bracket to the frame, and now we're all set. And it's steering much better than before we did all this stuff, which is nice. Which I have a couple theories on why mine's doing so much better. This thing only had one front sway bar, so with us doing all that extra stuff to it, it should benefit a lot. So like if yours has a rear sway bar and a front sway bar, you probably wouldn't benefit as much. But if you don't have that and you add it, that's a big difference. Like I'm super impressed with the how much better it's steering and driving now.
We just had an RV and a couple big things pass. How was that?
I didn't even notice.
Didn't even notice. That's pretty good right there. Actually, honestly, as the passenger too, I feel like, I don't know, maybe it could, I don't know if it's one of those, what are those things called? I don't know if it's a placebo effect or something, but as the passenger even, I feel like it's just a little bit more steady and a less of this going down the road, because you guys saw, we're literally just kind of like rocking back and forth on the way to Port St. Joe. So I think this is going to be a major improvement to our travel days, because we got a lot of them ahead of us.
Yeah. Hopefully this will keep us from running off the road.
We'll do another quick update once we get on the main highway and actually have some semis and stuff passing, because I know that's when Craig was feeling the most sway.
Yeah.
But I'm going to throw a QR code up here. If you guys want to check it out, you can find the sway bars, the steering stabilizer, all the Roadmaster products like that on eTrailer.com. Check them out, especially if you've got an older or newer Class C, RV, anything you're driving that is doing this as you're going down the road, because it really is making a pretty good difference, I would say.
Yeah, I think so. Honestly, I was kind of skeptical about it, but I don't know, it seems to be doing pretty good.
See, the people in the comments didn't steer us wrong again. They told us, get the Roadmaster stuff.
Yeah.
See, you guys think we're influencing you, but really it's the other way around.
We just wait for y'all to comment what we should do, and then we just do that.
Y'all are influencing us, and then we just tell you about it. That's so we're sorry. That's just what we're doing here. We're so excited to be on the road, even if it's raining.
We got a fun video that we're going to be doing that in a couple videos. I'm pretty excited about. It'll be taking place in Louisiana's bayous. So if you haven't clicked subscribe button, it's a good time to do it, because we're starting our trip. Alright, so we're on the interstate on I-10 going west now, and we've had some pretty big old vehicles. Had a Class A just a second ago pass us, and you can feel them going by, but it is nothing like it used to be. These things are helping a lot with sway, with big vehicles going by. You used to like suck me way in and then push me all the way to the other side by the time they went back by, or all the way by. So I'm pretty happy with them.
I think this is going to be a much better experience for us on this big trip we're going on, and we can't wait to see you guys along the way. Thank you for following us, and we'll see you on the next one.
Bye.